So, good afternoon, St. Mike's. I'm Kevin Collins, and I'm here with Vittorio, who is running for the 2012-2013 Student Government President. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kevin.
So today we are going to be able to meet with Vittorio and hopefully be able to learn a little bit more about him and what his campaign for these present elections are. We're going to do this by asking a series of questions, and the format will include 5 base questions, which Vittorio has been able to prepare answers for, and one question that V does not know, and we'll see how he reacts on the spot with that. So without waiting around, our first question. Why do you want the position of St. Michael's Student Government President, and what applicable attributes or experiences do you have that will make you the man for the job?
Well, first I'm going to start off with, the position is an amazing position, and really the question here is, like, who wouldn't want it? It's something that, is highly prestigious and something that I've always wanted and always gunning for. I believe that I can best do the job because I believe I'm a perfect representation of what is a St. Michael's man, and I feel that I best represent the students of this school at St. Mike's. I believe I'm a manifestation of kind of like the motto, teach me goodness, discipline, and knowledge. But I also believe that I can do the job effectively, efficiently, and working together in cooperation with, the student council, student government, and all my counterparts. And I think the most important thing for me is that I feel like I embody the brotherhood that this school really represents. I feel like I get to the brothers. I have this motto where I'm always with you, and I feel that I want to bring the school closer together, whether different race, different clubs, different activities, whether you're more academically inclined or maybe vice versa, whatever it may be. I feel that I embody that and I support you in that, and I feel that we need to come closer as a community and kind of support that St. Mike's brotherhood, really. So, yeah. And the attributes that I believe I do have to make the president, well, includes anything. I'm approachable. I'm not a non-sociable guy. I believe that anyone could come up to me and kind of just strike up a conversation, whether it be about school or helping with grades or really anything. I think I'm dedicated, and I know that I will be at school whenever necessary. I'll be at school events, whether I need to be there or not to be, just because for me, I want to do it. I think I have a sense of humor. I think that every leader needs to have that, and you need to joke around at times, or you need to know when to be serious. And I know that when I say something, I really want to do it. I have meaning to what I say, and I want to stay on topic and make sure that if I assign people roles, which is in a president position you have to do, tell people to do this, tell people to do that. I think that when I do that, I make sure I keep on top of people and make sure they get their job done so I can get mine done. So I believe that those are the attributes I have to be able to get the position.
All right, that is definitely extremely impressive. Moving into our second question of the 5, what qualities do you think a successful leader or president should have, and which ones do you believe you have?
Well, that's a very interesting question. I think one thing is dedication. You have to want to do the job, and you have to be able to see that you have a lot of people to tend to. You have a lot of people that you're responsible for, and thus you have to be dedicated. I also think you need integrity. You need to be a good person, great personality, like I said, great sense of humor, and you need to be a guy, a likable quality, a guy people likes. And I feel that, a lot of the times, I hope at least that I have a lot of buddies on my side. Furthermore, I like to talk about, I think you need to know how to work good under pressure. Not only do I have to deal with school events and sports and rugby or whatever, and then school and tests and stuff, but I also have to take on this role as presidency, which I'm dedicated to because I know that I will work under pressure in times when time is scarce. I also think the approachability thing is key, and also I see the bigger picture. I know what other people are experiencing, and I see the bigger picture in the school. Not only do I need to support my peers and support the community, but I also need to support myself and the people within it. So I think that seeing that bigger picture is something essential to being president. But I think the most important thing I see is not only am I committed to excellence and kind of doing the best and being the best and always winning a championship and always getting on the top, but I also think if I do make a mistake, I need to recognize what the mistake is in order to fix it and kind of get to the top. So I'm always striving for the top, to set an example. And that's really it.
You touched on some good points there with you're asking for the support of the St. Michael's body, and you're willing to give your support back and do what's necessary.
Well, yeah, I feel like the community has done so much for me that I feel like I need to give back a bit. So that's something key.
Our third question here is sort of interesting. If I was to go ask a student of St. Michael's, not one of your best friends
Yeah,
or someone like that,
obviously.
someone that you don't know that well, to describe you in 3 words, what do you think and what do you want them to answer?
I think the 3 main words would be like approachable, loud, and confident. I think the approachable one, I mean, I tend to think I'm a kind of guy that I can talk to anyone. I mean, from like whatever country, whatever person, whatever race, whatever walks of life they're from. I feel like I can try to find something to connect with somebody, like whether it's sports or academics or maybe like an extracurricular activity. I feel like I can try to find something that is similar with me and like a stranger or some other St. Mike's student. And I feel that, you know, I'm approachable in that way and I can keep a conversation for a long time, which I think is key as president. You got to resemble everyone. I also think the loud part, well, I mean, I have a loud voice and my sound, you know, my voice resonates a lot. And I think not only am I loud, like physically, like with my voice, but also loud, like when I say something, I have meaning to it and I know that I'm going to get the job done. And when I say something, I'm loud in my presence is loud and as well as my actions will be loud. And then the confidence thing, you know, when I walk through the halls, I'm proud to be at St. Mike's. I'm proud to be a student and I'm proud to know that if I am president, I'll be representing each and every one of you because inevitably or obviously that's really what I want to do. I want to be able to be confident that you guys are with me and that I have a pack to lead. I don't want to lead some people that don't want me going. I want to lead people that know that, oh man, I want him to lead me. So that's really what I want from the community as well.
Without wasting any time, into our 4th question. If you do not win the student government president, I don't want to jinx anything or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
Do you still plan on being involved in student government?
Well, obviously, like you know, we're not aiming for that. But if it does come down to it, I definitely do still want to be part of the government and part of the system. Whether that be like a head of portfolio position or kind of helping out the government, helping the school in any other way, obviously I'll take on that position. But that's obviously not what I'm striving for. So.
Very nice. And our 5th question, the last one that V has been able to see ahead of time, is what is your platform for these elections? And are you trying to aim for any part of the school population, or are you just trying to gun for everybody?
Yeah. Okay, I'll start with a platform. My platform is based on 4 main things, which is clarity, cooperation, the St. Michael's man, and the passion that unites us all. So the first point about the clarity thing, I mean, I feel like a lot of the times the students are unaware of what happens in the government. Like, you know, the government hosts meetings every single week, but yet no one knows what they're talking about. No one knows what's being debated. No one knows exactly what's going on. I feel like there needs to be more clarity, and the students need to realize, like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. So that's something I'll propose is, like, you know, trying to bind the portfolios together and saying, let's get the communication and the social life together, and let's say, you know, maybe once a week we'll do like a government weekly kind of thing where I'll put my face on like the Daily Blue, like you know, with you hopefully, and say something, you know, like, this is what we discussed, this is what we talked about, this is what we plan on doing, what do you think? And then maybe the next week have a little segment on like what the feedback of the community was, what they feel and what we felt and what we compromised with. So that's really the first one. The second one is cooperation. I want to integrate more fully each of the portfolios that the school has. You know, the social life, the student life. The social student life, and then you have the spiritual, and then the final one, which is the communication. I feel like those need to be really close together, but in the same way, they need to be very different. So I need to make sure that each one of those portfolios knows their role and knows what they need to do to get the job done, but they also need to learn to work together. That, you know, the communication and the social life have to work together. Like, how are we going to organize a dance without communicating to the school what exactly the dance is going to be about, and if it's on the announcements, if it's not on the announcements, if it's whatever, like that, they need to be working together to get the job done, because there are 3 separate portfolios, but there's obviously one job that needs to be done. So that. The third is better the life of St. Michael's students. So pretty much we need to get the students kind of like more involved in the school, whether it's like charitable events, sporting events, school events, academic events, whatever it is. I feel like the students need to come closer together to each other. So my aim is like to try and create more events, whether sports or academic, that'll kind of bring people together, whether that's with just the St. Mike's guys, or maybe we'll invite some of the girls from other schools. So I mean, really it's just kind of getting the kids together. And then finally, like, you know, something I'll try to introduce is maybe doing like a spring homecoming, where you have like the lacrosse team, the rugby team, maybe even the track team. We get like an event going where we can kind of embody that spirituality that we have as a community. And then finally is strengthening the brotherhood and the passion that unites us all. And that really deals with my main platform, my main thing, which is we all are brothers. We all are with each other, and we're all together trying to work to a common goal, which is to be a St. Michael student, get decent grades, do whatever academically, and pretty much work as a unit to kind of get to graduation, which is what we want to get to, obviously. So this involves dances, pep rallies, and what I think is the most important, well, the homecoming. I feel like that's an event which is at the beginning of the year for a particular reason, because I know that if it is at the beginning, it's like where all the grade 7s need to go and the grade 9s need to go, and all the new students need to feel like they're part of this brotherhood. Because a lot of the times, like for example, I was very hesitant as a grade 7 kid, knowing that, like, you know, like, do I go to this or not go to this? Like, am I going to fit in? My thing is saying, you know what? Yeah, you're going to fit in because you go to St. Mike's. We picked you to come here. So as a result, you need to be able to be involved, which involves, like, those kind of events. And kind of leave off on a note here, like, you know, I play rugby for the senior rugby team, and I know that, you know, the one motto that we always tend to lean towards is this whole thing about who's with you and, you know, who's got your back. And if someone goes down, you know, who's going to support that guy. So the question really I have for you guys is, you know, who's going to be with me? And that's it. Obviously, what that brotherhood is, that passion as a St. Mike student that unites us all. So that's it.
Well, V, that pretty much wraps up our 5 questions that you have been able to prepare answers for. So our 6th question that V does not know ahead of time is every year we hear that a candidate promises more dances and more whatnot, and that's sort of become like a trademark for presidential elections.
Okay.
So what I want to know is pretty much very basic. What can you promise, or what can you do for the men of St. Michael's that will make their St. Michael's experience that much better?
Well, I mean, that's a very interesting question, because obviously with the power as a St. Michael's president, you have a lot of things to work with. So making promises like that is not my thing. I mean, my thing is I want to do whatever I can that's in my power to do something. And so I'm not going to promise you more dances. I'm not going to promise you, you know, all this stuff that is appealing and, oh, okay, I'm going to vote for him because he's doing that. No, my thing is that I'm going to do whatever's in my power to make sure I get your voice out there. And if it is your voice, kind of bring it to the government. Like, for example, like I said, the homecoming thing in the spring. Like, you know, I'm going to get your opinion on that. And if the community is okay with it and feels like that's a good idea, it'll be my job to present it and say, listen, the community wants this. I need to make sure it gets done. And whether or not it's in my power, I will make sure it's out there. And I will make sure that I know that I want it and I know that the community wants it. So together we can work and get something done. So really, it's not about the promises at all. It's about the work that comes into promises that finally kind of gets you to the end result. So that's really what my take is on that.
Thank you very much. So there we have it, boys. We've heard from V. We've heard about his campaign, what he's trying to do if he were to win. Thank you very much for stopping by,
Thank you,
V.
Kev.
Good luck in the elections.
All right, thank you.